but okay, anyways. So good morning. My name is Cindy. Thank you for joining us at the presentation session today. I'd like to start by a story. When I was 14 years old, I moved from a very small town in Hebei province in China to a big city in Harbin. So it's like about 1,500 kilometers away. I changed middle school right on the second semester on the 7th grade. My math teacher hated me. She has all reason to do that. I was not good at math. I changed school, so I'm kind of half semester behind. These guys are so smart. They're near the Russian border. Like Russian is really good at math, I guess. And then makes my life really hard. I was like 80 kilos, very big, and a girl out of the city, out of town. But then I was reading a science fiction magazine one day, and she saw me reading it. She tore the book apart, threw it at my face, and she said, "You are the worst student in my life. Go out of the classroom, never come back again." Ouch, that hurt. I went home like a hero, and then the next day, having to go back home to school and back to her to take me back. You know, nothing can do. But then I was lucky in the sense that I love learning language. So I spent my lunch money, since I was really fat, on English magazines, so I can read all about the world. And then I grew this interest in English language learning that I think this is my way out. Now, I started teaching young kids English when I was 15, part-time, after-school children program. And then when I was 17, I joined my uncle and co-started our first company, ABC English. Did that for many, many years. So up to now, it's about 20 years that I've been in the business. You know, it's a long time, but this is what I would like to do for the next 20, 40, 60 years of my life. So that comes the story of why Vipkid. I think we believe in education is it should not be one size fits all. It should be personalized. The word is so dear to my heart that it is not a buzzword. It is something we can change for all the kids when they're in the classroom. That one particular moment, that one content knowledge, what if we can make it cater to their need? What if we can bring them the best teachers that changes their life, maybe forever? And then the team and I started a Vipkid about 3.5 years ago in Beijing, China. Our goal is to inspire the love of learning for all the students across the globe. So truly, we're hoping for a world of personalized and joyful education. So the problem is, for the last 200 years, our education system didn't change at all. It's the same here in the US. I've heard a lot of panel sessions in the conference this time. And also, you know, believe me, same in China. Every parent is complaining, but yet the educators, people like us, working on it every day. But then the thing is, we have such a big discrepancy between high quality education, namely content, teachers, systems, and the vast requirement or need of our students, and also the change of our society that requires so much differently. When the children grew up, they need to be successful. What would those skills be? So here is Vipkid product. If we can have the audio up a little bit and see how it really works. Happens online.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Tony.
Nice to meet you.
Happy to see you. What color is Dino?
Yellow.
He's yellow. Very good. What is this?
Dog.
What is a baby dog? Just a minute. It's a puppy.
Happy.
Bye-bye, Tony. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
That's amazing, right? A new world of learning connected online where all the children and teachers are working together. So for the past 20 years. That's what I've been doing. But for the past 3.5 years, that's what I've been doing very differently compared to a brick-and-mortar classroom setup with teachers and students across the globe online. So, where are we today? Vipkid, we're working on growing into a true global company. By today, we have 12,000 teachers that are in mostly US and Canada. And I think I'm very lucky to have invited 3 of our great teachers from Salt Lake City here to join us today. Let's put up a big round of applause for them. They are Crystalline, Heather, and Nicole. So on the other end of the Earth, of Pacific Ocean, we have the other favorite students like Tony, 120,000 of them. And then we were founded in 2013. We teach Common Core-based North American elementary school curriculum, teach students math, science, social studies based on language of English. So English is not the thing they learn. It's not the language, it's more than the language. Based on the language, they learn content knowledge, they learn the culture interactions, they learn soft skills, they learn project-based learning. So we make it really fun and easy for teachers to navigate, and of course our teachers always have way better ideas. I'm gonna have them come up and talk a little bit by the end of the presentation to inspire that intrinsic motivation in the students' learning. So we're in the after-school tutoring market, and welcome to China. We have a $15 billion market where almost every child in the city wants to learn. In Beijing alone, we have 1 million elementary school kids. And then what our hope really is in the future, we can bring this to more demographics and do more. I'm going to show you what we've been doing so far. But mostly our business comes from parents paying about $2,000 US per year, learning with us for about 100 so classes every year. So then we are growing very fast, 30% month over month, and we have a very good retention rate, 90%. When a child signs up with the program, it means they want to stay with you for years if you don't do anything bad, right? So you need to keep them learning when they're preschool, like pre-K, grade 1, grade 5. They want to be in the curriculum finish. So the market we're in a brick-and-mortar market, as it is in a lot of other places. I think we probably do not have that market in the US. 15% of household income goes to supplementary education in China. In Asia, parents think it is an investment, not a cost. And then only 2%, I think, in the US goes to supplementary education. But I think it's interesting, though, children learn to go learn ice hockey or learn baseball, but they go to learn math and English, mostly in China. So we're seeing a penetration rate of online versus brick and mortar very fast during the past couple of years. And mostly it is Vipkid who invited that market. And we're now taking 50% of the online learning market for the children. And we're planning to do 65, 70 next few years. So where we operate, we market primarily in China, acquire students, but then our teachers are all from North America. They're amazing teachers that works with children here, professionals, and then we make sure we get the best out of the teacher. You ask them, they'll tell you, out of the 40,000 applicants we take in every month, only 2,000 can pass the interview access. Of course, there are a lot we can do. I was so inspired by all the sessions in the conference when LinkedIn and Year Up talk about how we can really change people's lives by empowering them more. I think we should do more. But I think that shows how good the quality are with the teachers who work with us. And then very lucky, we have students from other countries as well. Korea, Japan, name it, a lot of places. I think it's word of mouth keeps us growing. And we have 60% of our new monthly students coming from parents' referrals. That's really amazing. And we have even more from our teachers.
Kobe Bryant made waves in Silicon Valley last month when he announced his new job title, venture capitalist. His firm's first investment was a $100 million round in a Chinese ed tech startup called Vipkid.
We have a couple of our CEOs here, actually. I think Cindy is here from Vipkid. There she is. She's awesome. It's really about inspiring the kids in China to understand that there's a much, much bigger world out there and helping them have the opportunities. I mean,
English language learning is also the largest kind of, one of the largest single markets in education of all. Somewhere between 100 and 150 billion dollars in USD terms is the size of the English language market. Some people say it's twice that.
In part, the value of science for people who are trying to implement this for learning goals with children, as well as, seek out new opportunities for what can we learn with this new innovation.
or just being able to work with all these great partners like Coursera. We're at a panel with Rick yesterday and TESOL International, TOEFL Primary, investor like Kobe. I think we're so lucky in this era. We have everybody realize students is at the core. They're little angels we need to work really hard on every second of our 24 hours, making sure that they love learning. So as Kobe just said, there's a big word out there. How do we get them there? What shall we do? When they're 4 or 5 years old, what shall we teach them? So here's some of the things we do uniquely, very different from others. I would say one is operation excellence at scale. Think about it. We have over 20 million 25-minute session going on this year. There's so much operation excellence, but learning science we can get out of it. I'm talking about a little bit in a short while. And then we have all these 120,000 students that learns with us on a weekly basis. And then the brand loyalty is so important. From very importantly, the students and parents that trust us that we can do a great job. But I think most importantly, from our teachers, that sometimes I feel so embarrassed, I'm not doing enough. What your love and passion towards VIP Kid and me, I think there's just all these 25-minute classes you bring to the kids. That's a real interaction. That is the real time students want to learn and to meet their favorite teacher. And then, so we have very good word of mouth from our teachers as well. They have recommended all their friends and families and go to universities and do all these presentations on behalf of VIP Kid. And then we have 35 teacher-initiated meetups going on every month in this country now. I wouldn't be able to do all this. I didn't know how to set up a big gathering in a park in Atlanta, with 200 teachers and their families and dogs and face painting and all the kids. And I was in Crystalline's house just a month ago. She was organizing a dinner party, lunch with the teachers in the Salt Lake City area. So that's all the amazing things that teachers can do themselves. And then teachers love each other. We are all helping each other learn and grow, right? So this is really amazing to have that. And then finally, we do product iteration perfection on a daily basis. We've got a 200 curriculum team, and also based on the data and interactions every day with our students and teachers, we iterate all the time our booking system or our curriculum, everything that one can ever imagine. So, yeah. And then the result, we're saying we have the students as a core, would be students, they're paying 60% less than they do with one-on-one tutoring setup in China. But then the real challenge is they don't even have supply. So in China, there's only 30,000 North American teachers live in China and teach. And compared to the vast number of students, we're probably the million. The gap is filled by probably unqualified, uncertified teachers that probably they don't speak English very well. So it's for the generation of 75 and 80s, parents do speak English. Last year, we have 122 million people travel abroad in China. They're spending $100 billion US, and they know about the world. They know what is professional teaching. They know what is not. So they don't want their children to learn with those teachers, but they don't have a choice out of that $15 billion US market. They can only send the kids to not as good programs. But then the teachers getting paid more. On average, it's 20, 22, and then on tutor, payscale.com, you can search, you will see 16 is the average tutor income in the US. So we care so much about our teachers. We're working on a lot of things to enhance, empower in their experience, and in the future, they can make way more. We're thinking, what about we double everyone's income? What about we make some of our teachers that have been so great to the community, contributing so much work they do, how about we get them rewarded by making them a lot of money that they can be so happy about their family and the kids. So I'm working on that. And then last year by Forbes, their Flex Jobs, there's an article talking about VIP Kid being the fifth in the Work From Home 2017 job list.
My name's Jaden.
Here's some
I'm
students.
10 years old. I have been studying in VIP Kids for 6 months. Yes, I like the VIP Kids lessons because their lessons is very interesting. I like all the teachers because they're nice and funny.
Small A, big A, small A, big A, big A,
Teacher took a his time.
I am Dr. Lanebright. This is the
my science would be so
magical
good if I had him.
laboratory for you, Edward.
I will see you soon. Bye-bye. See you. See you.
You see that aha moment, you see that connection, right? But instead of having me talk all the time, I'm really looking forward to have some of teachers talk. But before I do that, in the future, so now we have a San Mateo office now, we have a US office, and before that, teacher said, hey, you guys are too good to be true, you're not real. I mean, what do you mean I'm not real? I'm here, right? But then having a presence here means a lot, and then we're recruiting a hell lot of science, data science team, doing a lot of work on the ground, making sure our teachers feel that we're 100% real every day. Then technology, learning science, since we're at GSV. This is something dear to our heart. We've been just signing on board Bruce McCandless, who work with us 2 months a year. Early childhood education, neuroscientists, and then also Bruce, Daphne Collar, data scientist, to work with us on how we find out for the first time in human history, as Bruce has pointed out earlier, the true interaction, the aha moments, the time of learning. How does that all happen? What did we do right? How did we match that student to the teacher? How did we do the content? What about the scaffolding? What about the navigation? What about the teacher assistant tools, real time? How can we do it better so we can have more of the aha moment during the class interactions to inspire that intrinsic motivation learning of the kids? And beside VIP Kid, nowhere else can you find 20 million classes ready, sitting on the cloud, waiting for us to analyze. And we've been doing so much work and we've been so proud of to improve our product every day. And then
on my sofa.
A little bit of that. We'll be also working with Jack Ma Foundation in China, bringing this to rural classrooms in China. This is something dear to our heart as well. Our teachers love it. You know, this is something that we can.
Hi, Mom. Good.
Everywhere, people are the same. People want to learn, children are curious, they need a platform, they need to see the world. This is what we want to do to build this platform so that we can build it for everyone. So finally, there's a little video here, if we can, sorry. Does it play? No, never mind. What about this? That played. Okay, that's finished. So then, our teacher family, very proud to present our Teachers' Day. So maybe you can start from Alyssa, who I ran into in this conference. It's such a small world. Would you like to say very briefly in like a minute, talk anything? Sure. Yeah.
My name's Alyssa. I belong here.
Yeah. Sorry, and you recorded. Thank you so much.
Up in Heber, which is about an hour from here, and my little sister mentioned VIP Kid to me, and I had just gotten elected to the Utah State School Board, and I thought, I don't know that I can pick up something else, but I knew that it was something I needed to do, and so I started in December, and I just signed my second contract this morning for the next 6 months. And what I love about VIP Kid is that they're marrying the use of technology and also allowing for the personalization of real life personal interaction with a student. Instead of trying to create a sterile digital environment, they're really using the one-to-one personal interaction, and I think that does more than technology can ever do. And so I really appreciate that.
Thank you so much. I think they'll be around. So James, would you like to pass it along to Crystal? Yeah, wherever you feel more comfortable. Thank you so much, Alyssa. Such a great surprise to run into you. And she stopped me. She said, "Oh, are you singing?" Which is yesterday. All right, yes. Yeah, you want to join them? Come on. We're on recording, so we'll be,
Hello, my name is Mikkel Brown, and I live in Logan, and I have been teaching for VIP Kid, and I absolutely have loved this job. There once was a mom of 2 who baked and cleaned with not much else to do, but VIP came into her reach, and soon this mom learned that she could teach. I am an educated mom, but I wanted to stay home with my kids. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. I didn't know whether I should go to work or leave my kids home. But now Thank you to this wonderful, dedicated woman. I do not have to, and I can teach at home. I have pajamas on top, but I'm pajamas on bottom, but I'm business on top. And the commute isn't even that bad. Well, sometimes I occasionally trip down my stairs on some toys, but the commute is not bad. I love working for this company, and I love this lady.
Thank you so much. Let's make sure.
My name's Crystal and Esteban. I'm kind of from everywhere, and that was one of the reasons why I liked I love VIP Kid, is that it's allowing my family to do something that we've always wanted to do. My husband and I are going to be starting a consulting firm for nonprofit organizations, and I wanted something solid, and I wanted to continue to teach. And VIP Kid has given me that. We can go wherever we need to do our humanitarian efforts while still pulling in a good income for my family. The teacher community is amazing. There's always support, both with teachers as well as from, top down, bottom up. There's so much support, and it's great. It's, we get to take technology and we get to use it to bring the world to children, which means a lot to me because that's how my husband and I were dating. We dated through Skype. We met in Puerto Rico, and we dated on Skype.
First time I knew this story.
So technology for my family is very important, and to be able to use that to enhance the lives of children across the world is amazing.
Thank you, Crystalline. And finally, Heather.
My name is Heather.
She wrote me something pros and cons about VIP.
I did.
Projects to be working on. I read it through. I think those are great ideas.
It was a project. After my last meetup, I started following all the teachers' feeds and feedbacks through Facebook groups and compiled all of our loves and not so loves, but the loves were this, not so loves were this. So it's an amazing company to work for. About me, I have my master's in early childhood education. I have opted to stay at home, but then I was like, I loved to teach, and the opportunity came for VIP Kid. So let me tell you about my day. I wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. Business on top, pajamas on the bottom. I also go down the stairs. I have a little setup with a backdrop. If you look around, everything else is chaos, but my backdrop is nice. Sit down at your computer, you're like yawn and stretching, you're like, why am I up so early? It is very early. And then you flip on your camera, you see a student smiling, waiting for you. And it touches my heart because it's their smiles that get me up every morning at 4 a.m. I taught 5 classes today. I've been up since 4 a.m. But it makes me so proud of them. They are my students.
Thank you, Heather. Yes, thank you, Alyssa. Yes. I just want to invite you to close this together with me. I mean, you guys are the reason I get up every day. At 6 for gym. But I wanted to teach, but I'm not qualified because in the first place, resume selection, no. But I think, ladies and gentlemen, teachers, they are the superheroes, right? You guys are what sparkled that little heart, making them want to learn, making it possible for personalized, joyful learning. And I think technology is really helping us making that connection. So every time I think about it, what if when I was 14 years old, 80 kilo fat, very sad little girl, get personalized help from the teachers. Somebody talk to me, let me know what I'm not able to do, and encourage my confidence of learning. Tell me 100 ways of how good I am. Like, great job, marvelous, wonderful job. Never heard about that, right? And what about, thank you so much. What if we can just make it possible for all the teachers around the globe and all the children around the globe connected on the platform, and through all these fancy technologies and platforms, we make it possible for children to love learning when they're little. When they grow up, they keep learning, right? It's very different from the old days. They graduate, they don't learn. Everybody needs to learn to be successful in the future. So this will be the world that I want to be, and this is something VIPK want to do, to connect the world of learning, make the learning for the future, the children in the future, very different from what it is today. So I'd like to join you on the effort, and thank you very much for listening today. Thank you. Right on time. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Give me a hug.